The Dare County Board of Elections October 6th absentee meeting will now come to order. Present are members Judy Lotus, Jim Clark, Ken Buchanan, Chairman Sandy Ross, Director Jackie Tillett, Election Specialist Kelly McPherson, two observers, one from the Republican Party, Carol Wernicke, and Randy Finnegar from the Democrat Party. And now we will begin. Thank you. While we wait for Jackie, at the end of this meeting, we'll, the absentee portion will have a brief business meeting just to do housekeeping issues that are coming up preparing for elections, but it won't be very long.
Okay, we've got 3 mail-in military ballots that don't need to be transposed. So these are the 3 envelopes for the military and overseas.
Can you hear Jackie?
Hard with this mask. So we have 3 ballots. They were mailed in. They're military and overseas ballots. So these ballots did not need to be transposed because those voters received ballots in the mail and they returned them.
Okay, so those have already been checked by staff. Now we're going to open them. And
do you want to see them?
Yes, so that they can check where they were transposed.
No, these don't require transposition. These that I have here that I'm going to give you next
these were mailed.
Okay. Those were mailed in.
These were mailed in, so they're the actual ballots. Most of them that we get overseas and military are faxed in or emailed, so they aren't the proper size to go through the machine and they have to be transposed. Yes. Witness deficiencies on any of these envelopes? Yes, we'll do that when we get to those. We've got some of those to deal with. Okay. So these have been checked for. There are no witness deficiencies on any of these?
No. That's just where the meeting date was not written right. That's just today's meeting date.
Okay, there's a
board meeting date.
There's a change on one of the returns, and the date of the meeting was changed from 9/27 to 10/6. So
that was an error, but that's just for the board meeting date. These next we have 3 overseas ballots and 1 military ballot that was transposed. So we're going to pass these to the board members so that they can double check them against the ballot that was emailed. There was 3 overseas and 1 military.
And you just
so what we've done, we've transposed them and we have them attached, each one of them. So I'll give each one of you one, and you can double check the one that we did, which is on the back, and the one that they sent in by email is attached to it.
Right.
And then you can switch them and check them.
Thank you. correct. Thank you.
They want everybody to check each other's, double check or. Well, let me switch. Let me give you that one. And that. Then they're both different. No, ma'am. It was Kelly and I did them, and one transposed, one called, and then we switched, and I called and she checked the transposition of the ballot. That's correct. I'm Democrat, Kelly is Republican. We actually did it just like they're doing it now. They're checking and we did the same way. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
I think you already did this one. I gave this wrong part. You already did that one. I think that's the first one you had. I gave Ken yours. No, the first one I had wasn't this one. Okay, well, you can check that one. That one, and this should be the last one.
Do I hear a motion to, that's all the overseas, right?
Overseas and military, yes, that's all.
Do I hear a motion to approve all the overseas and military ballots?
I so move.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Okay, these next two ballots are two ballots that the board looked at the September 29th meeting that had to have cure letters, and we had those cure letters at that meeting, and you all approved those cure letters, so they are on to be tabulated for today?
We checked with the state board this morning because there's been questions about these cure letters. Because these had already been passed by the board and the cures accepted, we're running these through the system. We won't be doing any others until they get all this sorted out in court.
And there was only 2 at the last meeting, and these are the 2 ballots that had cure certifications on them. Okay, do you need to see them, or are you good?
I think we have a motion approving those, but let's do it again just to make sure we have it on the record. Do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the 2 ballots.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
And then next we have, I think it was 508 civilian, was it 508 total ballots to be tabulated into the tabulator?
Okay. Jackie, do we know how many deficient ballots we have that we're holding now?
I think there's
2 meetings. I think there's probably about
8. Probably about 8, 6 to 8 since the last meeting that came in after the change for the cures came. The ruling came from about the cures.
some with letters returned.
We have some that letters were sent out prior to the change, but we're not doing anything with those right now, so we have to wait for further guidance from the state on those.
Yeah, so we'll have no more action on deficiencies until.
Right. Okay.
But can I ask a question? There were nine cure letters sent out last time. According to my, I think there were 9 ballots that needed cure letters. Which and 2 were received back. So that means that you have 7 ballots from the last time that are being held in addition with the 8 new ballots that need cure. So does that mean there's 15 ballots?
No.
So we had 9 minus 2.
That's 7.
And then I think we've got a couple of more. I can go count them on the break.
But I think it might be important to know how many ballots that are being held because of cure deficiencies.
There's no more than 8.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Kelly's going to go check, and then we can have that number.
Because some of those that cure letters had been sent out for, they've not responded.
That's right.
Yeah.
There were 9 cure letters sent out last week. 2 responded, 7 had not.
Right.
So we still holding those 7 ballots.
Right.
Yes.
So if there's no more than 8, that means that only 1 more ballot came in with a deficiency.
And that's very possible because we haven't had very many at all. Yeah, it's very possible that is correct because we have not had many deficiencies come in the office. But Kelly's going to go and do that. So our next thing would be to start with the ballots, or you want to go through them on the list, or how do you want to do that?
The next thing is to accept the ballots that staff has approved, recommended for approval.
Right, and that's what we have here.
Okay. And how many is that, you know?
500.
Our report shows that we have
508 total. 508 total.
Is that 508 you're recommending for approval, or?
508 recommending for approval.
Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the staff recommendations?
I make a motion, we approve the staff recommendations.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Oh, I needed a second.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Just for my clarification, that means that they have approved the way they look in the envelope? I mean,
That's correct. We have looked at the envelopes as they were coming in for signatures and their witness information. And everything here is correct with their voter signature and witness information. Anything that did not have or had a deficiency was set aside.
Thanks. Okay, so we don't have any to review for our own decision, right? Because those are the ones with deficiencies that we're holding anyway.
Right, and Kelly has gone and got the deficiencies.
So there's 14 total.
14 total.
There's 7 where we have received the letters back, but we can't do anything with because they received in that time frame.
Kelly, I can't hear you.
Yeah. So we have 7 ballots here with deficiencies. And they had cure letters that were sent to them and have been received. We received them back. But due to the suspension of us being able to do any cure certifications, we're holding these pending further guidance for the board's action.
Okay.
There's 5 of these cure letters sent 9/21 that we haven't received letters back. And then 2 that were received and we haven't done anything with because they were received on October 1st. So we were told to hold them and take no action. So 14 total.
Okay, our public count on the machine is 1096, and that's the ending count that we had from our last meeting on September the 29th. Yes.
Randy, did you want to verify too?
And now our DS200 is ready to accept ballots to tabulate.
Okay, why don't y'all? Do you,
Do you want to open some?
yeah, why don't we all open? Kelly, y'all have to one open and one retrieve the ballot. I don't think she understood what I said. Kelly?
Yes.
Yeah, the
She's
person,
gonna open and I'm gonna see.
Right. So,
the person who opens should not be the one who takes the ballot out, is what I was trying to tell you.
okay.
It's kind of squirrely, but
Okay, we're just slicing and dicing right now.
yeah,
All right.
What are we doing?
we're just opening, and then we'll switch. I'll take the ballots out of yours, and you can take the ballots out of mine.
Okay.
I make a motion that in the next budget, we get some new letter openers.
take a break from opening.
Sure.
So keep opening. Something else to do for a while.
These meetings have become my safe space because it's the only place in Dare County you can go and there's no politics talked.
Jackie, can I ask you to pick these up because I got them from her?
Yes.
We swapped halfway through the pile. We swapped halfway through the pile. You don't care about these right now, right?
Oh, he made his neat just to make me look bad.
I don't want you to run out of envelopes.
What?
I don't want you to run out, so. Got some more for you.
They are open.
There's a bottle of hand lotion sitting on the desk outside. Let me go get it because we got, okay, there's an awful lot of dirty envelopes.
I'll bring it to you. All these are empty?
No, they're just cut open.
Okay, they need to be pulled out.
Correct. Okay, that's it.
So I can pull these out.
No.
Open them? No?
No, Republican open.
Okay, so,
So Judy or me.
okay. So I'll give them to her.
Thank you. Like Rapunzel.
Should I give it to someone who transpose?
Jim, you want some of this?
I got some. Oh, that, no.
What?
Sandy, you want to give me some of them?
Sure.
If you switch parties, I'll give you some of these.
Okay, I'll help her open.
Sam, we have one that was ripped and one that won't stand.
Give me a handful of
No,
them.
you can't unless you become a Democrat. Because these were opened by a Republican.
Then I'll check them out.
Oh, how do we
I
know?
was teasing.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring you the red pen to put that out, or you can use your white pen.
Well,
Okay,
what-
Kelly, how about letting them know
What
why
am I
we're
doing?
transposing those?
So we have two ballots here, one that won't scan, and one that was in two pieces. So Ken is going to transpose them, and then we'll check and double check them to make sure they match before we fill it in. And then we'll spool these both.
And the one that won't read is because it has some glue, I guess, from an envelope at the top of the ballot. So the ballot reader will not read that.
Switch.
Yep.
This one's going to be a problem. I'd try to put it through first, but I don't, but it doesn't take it.
You have any more to cut open or anything? Yeah. I'm missing Kelly, is there any more?
So those are the ones for you to check. And I'll take the envelope. The envelopes too.
Yeah.
Is there any more to cut open?
That's it.
Yay.
give you? Yeah.
That ballot is marked and has X's, so the reader won't read it.
Okay.
So can I have the spoil first? And I'll go ahead and.
Does that go for a cure?
Come back and get them projected.
Transposition spoiled board.
So these are the spoiled. They're gonna go in our supplies for this. And these will be fed into the machine.
Sandy,
Yes.
you want to check this?
Sure.
Top one is the big one, or the small one, or whatever you want to call it. The non-acceptable one.
Yep, the machine just won't read them.
So the voter who voted with X's, you don't,
Do what?
the voter who voted for X's instead of filling in the
It won't
circles.
read it.
I know, but does that go back to him pending
No, we
the,
just transcribe it.
oh, we transcribe it?
If we can
I
read
see.
it, okay, the machine just won't pick it up.
I
The
see.
real problem, though, is people do that, and if the machine can read one of those, it'll take it, and you won't know that it
Oh.
didn't pick up all those other votes. But some people just can't color inside the space.
I guess.
And if those X's had been darker or bolder, it would have picked it up.
I was curious as to what does that person mean? Is that person voting for that person? Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Jackie, how many registered voters in Dare County?
Well, I'd asked you last week, I can tell you, we're close to 30,000 now.
I guess the way they were brought up.
Yeah.
Probably.
We're doing
We've had them with
registrations
stars.
every day.
Hearts.
Yeah.
And the population is just 35?
I don't know.
It's 37,623. I just know that because I had to write a story about it.
That was.
Do you want me to type this in? Is it ready? Spoiled and the good one.
You actually write spoil on the ballot?
Yes. We draw a line through the barcode. It's already got, someone wrote damage, so.
Got them all. Why do you have all these little pieces of paper when we finish?
When I rip my envelopes up, I just tear them. Because I want to make sure they're open officially all the way. How's her part caught up pretty much? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
Make a machine that processes more than one at a time. No?
They still only process one at a time, but they may have like high speed where it goes faster, but it's still one at a time. Is this This machine actually takes a picture of every ballot.
Sandy, you're gonna have to write harder on the ballots next time. The name is getting very faint on it. On the bottom of the ballot? Sign it,
Oh, I never signed that. Michelle picked it up off something.
because it's very light.
Yeah. Before we get new ballots, I'll have to.
Yeah. You don't know who you yell at, because you can't read
I
it.
know. That has its advantages some days.
I take it the four of us are faster than the machine. Huh?
Pardon?
We're faster than the machine, the four of us.
Yeah. I was talking to someone the other day, and I can remember 30 years ago in Pamlico County, sitting there all night long while they counted each vote for every race, one by one.
Manually.
Yeah.
And how does North Carolina choose its electors?
Do I?
How does North Carolina choose its electors? Pardon? So we know now who the electors are?
Those were done at the last convention.
And how many are there?
A whole bunch.
It's a weird system.
It is a weird system.
It's really weird.
It's a great system, though. It lets the little states have the same power as the big states.
Well, that's a good thing and a bad thing.
Well, Montana and Idaho and Colorado don't have as many people as California and New York and Texas. So it equalizes the people and their representation.
It's a cute outfit, Jackie.
Aren't you glad we're not having to do all this on election day? What? Yeah.
I would find a way. I'm sorry, I will.
I think they sent the audit date to Jackie as the day after the election. There's no way. Yeah. Well, the day after the election, we wouldn't necessarily have all the ballots in order and all that kind of stuff. Usually it's a Thursday after election.
Are y'all both doing the training session tomorrow? Tune in.
You got your password for the training session tomorrow? It's for the betterment of the election. That's the reason why it's being done.
They will. And she'll have the name tags for them.
Well, see, that's raised the question in my mind, because they're at large, they're not going to be subject to, I mean, they're not a supervisor, they're not a they're at large.
Right.
So, I don't know what precinct they're going to put first.
No, that does create a problem for name tags. We won't do name tags then because we have no way of knowing.
I would just send a list with the names, but name tags are impossible, because I don't know where these people are going to land.
I think they still need something.
Well, how would they get it if we don't know where they're going first?
Well, I mean, even if they have observer hanging on them, so when somebody.
I'd have to have 16 or
like
plus
this.
tags for each precinct just to have on hand.
No, make something like this and just put the word observer in there.
Right.
So, you know, if I have someone located in she might hit KH first. And if her name tag is something short, then she chooses to go to KH. Her name tag fitting in something.
All you do is put observer at large.
I think.
Yeah.
But you still have to have one name, one observer tag in each precinct. So that means I do 32 tags.
And you all work that out.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the list if you all work that out.
The list is better.
I just want to make sure that when they come in there, some of the
Sandy, you have lots of these.
Hmm?
You have lots of these. You have
Lots of these. Yeah.
You put observer,
That's what I was thinking.
Republican observer. Give them to her, and she can give them out.
That's right.
You give them to him, and he can give them out.
That's right.
That would work
Yeah,
easier.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Well,
You'll see them before election day, won't you?
tell them to pick it up someplace. That would be a lot easier. Give everybody a plastic and have observer. If you want a party, you know, observer, Republican, observer, Democrat.
Yeah, well, we've got a little bit of time for that one, so.
Didn't mean to ignore you, I was just, I know the mushroom syndrome, right?
This ballot has too many marks on one of the selections, so I'm going to cast it as marked.
So what does that mean?
That means they
Cancel each other out.
Says you may vote for one, they voted for two.
So it's called an overvote.
So
Right.
it's called an overvote.
So who
And
gets
if
the
it was in
vote?
person, that voter would have been able to have the option to get a new ballot and start over, or they can choose to accept it as it is and let it go.
So who gets the vote?
They both do, so it just cancels each other out. I know.
Because if I was running as my vote, I'd be very unhappy canceled out.
The other name would cancel you out.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I lost a vote.
But you didn't gain a point.
I didn't gain, but I lost.
There's something going on. Good.
This is like watching paint dry.
How's Jack going to vote this year? Is he going to go to curbside or?
He already voted. He's in that list. He and Jackie are on the second page. That's the question I asked. She is number 1151 and he's number 1166. Ken explained that they do in batches of 10, and that's why the numbers are passed. But yeah, they're already voted. He brought it in here physically. He brought it into the building. Sandy, how long does the ink last on that printer? How long does the ink last on that? Do they have spare ink?
I don't know. Jackie, how long does the ink last on the printer? Well, actually, it doesn't print anything.
It's not printing anything.
It's just scanning.
No, but
It
it's,
prints the tape at the end.
oh, just the tape, but
Yeah.
that's all. You see this list? It's a great job they did.
It was hard.
Great job, yeah.
Well, the biggest thing is just finding the right parties in the right places.
Kelly did a nice job putting it all together.
She did. And the parties really help a lot. We get in a jam in one of the precincts or something, we just call Carol or Natalie and have them look for somebody for us.
See, that seems to be pretty well split. Yeah, she did on the precinct stuff, on the poll workers. We're talking about you, Kelly.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry?
I said thank you. I was just assuming it was good.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Okay, good.
Yes, it was. You did a nice job on this poll list,
Thank you.
on the poll workers. Close to the end.
Do what?
Close to the end.
Yeah. How's that for guessing time?
Time is very good. We just got a great crew, that's all I have to say.
Yep.
Keeps me straight.
Nothing could keep you straight.
I try. What can I say?
You do. Bless your heart. What is the final number, Kelly? I mean, Jackie.
Public count on the DS200 is 1604.
I mean,
1604. You're not counting in the deficients, are you?
No, three military overseas that had ballots down, not need to transpose. Three overseas that needed transpose, that's a total of 6. One military that needed transpose, that's 7, correct?
yes.
Okay. 508 civilian ballots. 7 plus 508.
508.
No, 508 includes,
What's the total?
it includes the over and the military.
Oh, okay. So 16, 11, minus, I'm sorry, you guys.
1604.
So those two numbers I think should be kept separate. You have the military and your overseas, and then you have your regular mail-in civilians. So your mail-in civilians were how many? 501?
501.
Five, well, 501. There's 5 over. Where's your military? So So 508 minus 7, so 501.
So 501 plus 1096. $15.97, not $15.04. Where am I going wrong?
Here, the 501 is civilian. Then you have 5 over and 2 military, which gives you a total of 508. And if you add that to 1096,
1604.
you should get 1604.
Yes. No,
Are we ready for a break?
yes.
We're going to take a 10-minute recess, and we will be back promptly at 20 till 4.
Quite a reputation.
I lived it, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Dear County Board of Elections will now go back into order. We're going to have a short business meeting just to take care of some housekeeping issues. As the election moves forward, things pop up. At the last meeting, we talked about not having enough room at KDH and trying to get one of the other schools for early voting. That's not possible this late. And there's been some issues here at this building having enough room. So what the Sheriff's Department and Nags Head Police Department both have trailers that they use out on sites when they're doing roadblocks and stuff like that. And they have consented to loan those to us, one for here that we could use for the absentee drop-offs and curbside voting, and one at KDH. And the one at KDH is the larger of the two trailers. So I don't know if we need to have a motion to, I don't think so either. Anybody have any objections to that?
No, sounds
That at least gives us another option to get, there's so many tables now that the state has mandated that it's just making it very difficult. So that's a good one. Everything is in as far as PPE except the pins. And Jackie, did you say they said they'd be here by Friday?
The state has advised that the pins are supposed to start arriving on the 9th.
Okay, which is cutting it really close. So if those pins aren't here by Tuesday, I think that we probably need to give Jackie permission to go ahead and buy some to at least get going with. So.
And I can order from our Staples Advantage, and they normally deliver the next day. So that's not an issue either, if need be.
Okay.
You're talking about Tuesday the 14th before early election the 15th.
Is it the?
No, early voting is the 15th, is on a Thursday.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's on a Thursday.
Okay, Thursday.
Yeah.
All right, so Tuesday will give us enough time. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So if they're not here by Friday, you can just go ahead and get something so that we can get going. Is there any other business that anyone needed to vote on or to discuss?
I make a motion that we excuse board member James Cofield.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Jackie, is there anything you can think of that the board needs? Okay. We've received some of the correspondence I've sent to the board, just so you're aware of the kind of stuff that's coming in. But we've received things from both parties, and there's one of them we had to reply to. I sent it by Bobby. They just wanted to make sure that we were complying with the judge's order. Another one was, when I first read it, I just about had a heart attack, and Carol or Nikki would certainly chime in on that one, because it was a person who wanted absentee envelopes available every day for 3 hours, and they were to be copies, and if they wanted to do them in person. And I got it. I opened it up about 10:30 at night, and I thought, no, So the next morning after I read it, I realized there's no requester. There's no way it complies with the meeting laws. And I think it's somebody who's probably not even part of the party. They might just be, there's a name on it, but it's iffy. It's public information since it came in here. I'll forward it to you. But those kind of things, and questions, all kinds of questions. And I think that we've done a really good job of getting information out there. But I keep, it's like you say something, Dropbox, I answer questions about that every single day. And it's been in the paper. We've sent out some tweets and stuff like that on it. And if you get any questions, no, we cannot use the drop boxes, not unless there's another court order somewhere down the line. I know that it's really confusing for people when things are this way this week and next week it's a different set of rules and you feel like we're giving you misinformation, we're giving you the information we have at that moment. But with court cases in both state and federal court, and the lawsuits are not, some of them are sort of reflective of each other, but there's different things in each one. It just makes it very difficult. And we are trying to keep people up to date on information and make sure that they have what they need to get through. One thing that's really helped, I think, is Jackie had the foresight to put a table out in the hallway as you come in. And there's a buzzer out there, and somebody bringing in an absentee ballot just needs to push the buzzer, and someone goes out and helps them with it as far as logging it in and stuff. So, so that was good thinking on her part.
Don't forget Congress chirped in also.
Oh yes, Congress, yeah, because we can't have too many opinions going here. And my bottom line is, we're here for the voter. We're not here for any of the parties. We're not here for anybody's personal gain. We're here for the voters, and I feel very badly at the situation that some of the voters are being put in with some of this stuff. You know, especially not being able to notify them when there's a deficiency in their ballot. That's not a good thing. So, okay, anything else? Any other questions we need to?
I just want to make sure we power down the machine before we
adjourn.
Has the MAT team question been answered?
I can't understand you.
Has the MAT team decision been made? Or
the MAT team will go out for the first time next Tuesday. We have been waiting for the outbreak at Peak to be declared officially over. I think they're doing their last test today or tomorrow. It looks like that's fine. And so that one will move ahead then.
right.
Okay, I'm just going to power down the machine now. I'm not closing the polls or anything, just powering it down.
We have 4 election day at-large observers from Republican Party. It looks like they're headed for 16 for specific precinct observers for the Democrat Party for Election Day. And as we get closer, we need to make sure that the poll workers understand how they can interact with them, which is they can't, and what's allowed to happen inside the polling area. I know that the observers will be brought up to date on that before they go out, but a lot of the poll workers haven't dealt with observers before. You know, it's not the time to visit with them and have them for lunch. Right. Yes.
But will you cover any of that observer interaction or lateral training tomorrow? Yes. Thank you, Jeff. And is it my understanding that in any one precinct, no more than 2 observers at one time are allowed? And does that, if there are 15 precinct stations, that means a 4-hour stint?
Right.
That means they have to stay put for 4 hours. My at-large, if the at-large are wondering, if there are 2 observers stationed at the precinct and at-large observers, is it 2 per party or is it 2 per precinct?
I think it's 2 per party, but I'm gonna, yeah, I will download the statutes about that and send it out to both parties, and y'all can share it with your people, and we'll make sure our people know too. But sometimes in Dare County, because we are small and we know each other, we become much too casual and just forget. So we need to reemphasize. Right. Yeah. Anything else?
We now adjourn.
Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Woohoo! Oh, we forgot to cancel the meeting for tomorrow.
We didn't have a meeting. We didn't have it scheduled.
Yes, we had,
Yeah, it's on my
they
calendar.
said we had to schedule it if we thought we might have it. We can cancel it online. I can send out something on the media list.
And we can put it on the website too.
Yeah, let's do that.
Does Sandy know she's going out? You said that.
No, she called.